What's up, y'all? This is Randall Branch. Welcome back to the channel. Just left the gym, and in this video I want to talk about why high volume is the best training method, y'all. I'm not dogmatic with my practices with fitness and stuff like that, but at the same time I obviously feel like my methods for building a good physique, my methods for natural lifters, my methods for nutrition and health and all that, obviously I feel like it's the right way, right? I'm not dogmatic. I'm not going to say high volume is the only way to build muscle. High carb diets is the only way to build muscle, whatever. But, you know, I have my own way of doing things, obviously. And my way of training is high volume, guys. I believe high volume is the best training method. Honestly, for enhanced lifters and for natural lifters, but specifically, I'm natural and I help people build a natural aesthetic physique. If you guys do need help, check the description. I do coaching, I do personalized plans, and I have ebooks and programs. So check the description for that. Also, I have a high volume ebook for you guys who are interested in it. To let you guys know how naturals can train high volume, specifically giving you guys details about how to build your own program if that interests you. But I'm here to tell you that high volume is the best training method, and there's so many reasons why. Not only are you expending more calories in the gym, not only are you focusing more on because you're training high volume and you're not training super heavy, you're focusing more on mind-muscle connection. I'm really big on mind-muscle connection. It's hard to have a mind-muscle connection when you're ego lifting, training with weights that are too heavy. Now, when you train high volume, obviously high volume is subjective. My volume would be ridiculously high for like somebody else, and their volume might be higher than somebody else's, right? High volume, heavyweight, lightweight, all that stuff is regulative. All that stuff is subjective, I should say, right? All that stuff is subjective, but it's like at the same time, regardless of what high volume will be for you, when you train high volume, you won't be training with the heaviest weights possible, which is going to allow for you to have a better mind-muscle connection. I'm really big on mind-muscle connection, guys. The body does not care, and I tell this to my clients all the time. They always get this wrong because everybody preaches, oh, progressive overload, get strong, get strong, get strong. The body does not care how much weight you lift. The body cares about how much stimulus you give the local muscle, right? Notice how I said local muscle, how much stimulus you give the local muscle, and it cares about giving that muscle more stimulus over time so that it can adapt to that stimulus and get better, right? That's how you progressive overload. So when you train with high volume and you use volume as your main way of progressive overloading, you don't focus on training super heavy, you allow for yourself to use actual mind-muscle connection. Another thing I love about high volume, I preach high carb diets. High volume, it makes you extremely insulin sensitive, because your glycogen and your glucose turnover is so high because you're training with high volume. You're extremely insulin sensitive. So we understand the importance of carbs. Well, the best training method when you're eating a high carb diet is a training method that depletes glycogen, which is a high volume style training, right? High volume, like I said, it expends more calories. It allows for you to get a better mind-muscle connection. And high volume also increases your resting tone. Guys, there's so much that I could talk about. I'm a real nerd when it comes to high volume training, fitness, old school bodybuilding. High volume increases your resting tone. Your resting tone is how you look without flexing and stuff like that. One of the best ways, there's a few different ways to increase your resting tone. Posing is really good for increasing your resting tone, right? Isometric holds, which is posing. And high volume training, really forcing blood and metabolic stress, on the given muscle when you're training. So there's so many benefits to high volume. There's a lot of different training methods, but I'm here to tell you high volume is the way. And last but not least, again, there's so much I could talk about, but I'm just freestyling, going off the head. I just left the gym, hit legs and abs. Last but not least, high volume is important because as a natural lifter especially, you're not going to just progressive overload with the weight until the end of time. This is something that you guys get wrong, and this is something I see a lot with people. People get the idea and it all ties together. Oh, I got to get strong. So now they're trying to lateral raise like 80 pounds because they feel like that's the only way that they can progress, right? As opposed to sticking with 30s or with 40s and doing more sets. They feel like they have to get to the point where they're lateral raising 100 pounds or they're trying to dumbbell curl 70, 80 pounds, right? So not only does that lead to less stimulus on the muscle, because motherfuckers will turn a lateral raise or a dumbbell curl into a full body movement, right? Because in order for you to dumbbell curl 80 pounds, the majority of us are not going to be doing that with strict form. We're going to be using our low back. We're going to be using shoulder, all types of shit, right? So not only are you putting less stimulus on the given muscle because you're ego lifting, but guess what? You're more than likely to get injured, right? So now you're getting injured. You're fucking up your joints, your tendons and stuff. And this is a whole nother video I can make, but you really don't have to get injured. You don't have to get injured at all, really, to build an aesthetic physique. You don't have to tax your tendons, your joints, your ligaments. You don't have to have shoulder problems and knee problems and low back problems. All these problems that people have because of their training method, guys. So I'm here to push high volume. I've been kind of on the sidelines just doing my thing with fitness, obviously, but I'm here to push more of my fitness philosophy because I'm noticing how many people are doing like the Mike Mentzer low volume training style, and they're not happy with their results. They don't look the way they want to look. They want to spend more time in the gym, but they have people have scared them into thinking that they're overtraining, and that's a whole nother thing I could talk about, right? Again, there's so much I could talk about, but I want to tell you guys that there's other ways of training, there's other methods of training, and I want to invite you guys to training high volume. Again, I make programs for people. If you do want a personalized program, check the first link in the description. If you want, I have a body game ebook program, which is a high volume style training for men to help them build a V-taper physique. So that's not a personalized program, but that will be in the description as well. But I want to help you guys out. I want to help you guys out, and I want to tell you guys that high volume is the best training method. Again, I will drop more videos about this topic in the near future, detailing everything I've talked about, like the benefits of insulin sensitivity, resting tone, injury prevention, building an aesthetic physique, all these things that I could talk about, I'll talk about in the future, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoy this little audio. Again, I'm leaving the gym, just got done with legs and abs, high volume legs and abs. And I just wanted to make this video coming home. So check the description if you guys need some help. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Give you guys' feedback. I will say though, I'm very firm. I'm always gonna be somebody who wants to learn about training and stuff like that. Like, I am a trainer, so I'm always learning and expanding my knowledge, but I'm set firm on high volume. So if you're one of these low volume motherfuckers, you're one of these Mike Mentzer dudes, one of these Dorian Yates dudes, which is funny because Dorian Yates is like the most injury riddled bodybuilder. He's like the most injury riddled Olympian of all time. Yeah, he won like 5-6 Olympias, but he was tearing biceps, tearing lats, tearing triceps, all types of shit. As a matter of fact, he retired because he was getting injured so much, and yet people listen to him and listen to his training philosophies and think that that's a smart way to go, taking training advice from a motherfucker who's getting injured all the time. But that's a whole nother story, right? But if you're one of these Dorian Yates, Mike Mentzer, who else, whatever, like one of those type of guys, bro, don't get in the comments and try to convince me to like change my ways, bro. Like I'm set in stone on high volume. I'm here to help you guys out, and I'm here to push you guys over here, but I'm not gonna be going back and forth with motherfuckers in the comments debating about switching up my training style, because low volume is goofy, bro. Again, I'm not dogmatic, but it's honestly stupid, especially for naturals. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this audio. I just left the gym. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Randall Branch Media, pushing the high volume way, and I'll see you guys later for another video. Peace.